Hello everyone, Ryan here. Got Your Six by Five Finger Death Punch. Just recently listened to this, and I will admit I've never been a big fan of this band, Five Finger Death Punch. I guess mostly because it took me a while to get used to the singer, his particular vocal style, because he does tend to sing in that really low kind of register. And I guess, I don't know, I guess it just took me a while to get used to it. So, and plus I never really listened to an entire Five Finger Death Punch album before all the way through, so I figured I should give it a try. So I'll give the track listing here and talk about my favorites. First track on here is Got Your Six. That's the title track. Number 2 is Jekyll and Hyde. 3 is Wash It All Away. 4 is Ain't My Last Dance. 5, My Nemesis. 6 is No Sudden Movement. 7 is Question Everything. 8 is Hell to Pay. 9 is Digging My Own Grave. 10 is Meet My Maker. And last track, 11th track, is titled Boots. Yeah, Boots and Blood. So as far as my favorites go off this album, I like the title track, Got Your Six. I also like Jekyll and Hyde, mostly because it refers to the classic Jekyll and Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson, I believe. I also like the song My Nemesis. Question Everything, I like that. I mostly like the lyrical content because I'm a firm believer in questioning everything. You know, we should, as human beings, we should always question everything, not just take everything at face value, especially when, you know, we know and we feel deep down that something isn't quite right. We should question it. So we have that right to do it. So it's another favorite of mine is Meet My Maker, and that's pretty much it. The only song I really didn't like too much on here was Digging My Own Grave. I mean, I like the instruments, I like the guitar tracks and drums. But for this song, Digging My Own Grave, like, for me, out of the lyrics, got a bit too repetitive for me, because it just repeats the same thing over and over. But I know that's usually the kind of thing that people expect from Five Finger Death Punch, I think. There's a lot, like, they always got like a couple songs on each of their albums, maybe even like 2 or 3 songs on their albums which there's like a particular phrases that the singer will repeat over and over and over. I think mostly he does that so that when they play live, they can have the audience participate in chanting the same thing over and over and over. And I mean, so I guess, you know, in a live setting that works, but for the studio album, for just the recording, I don't know. For me, I feel like it can get pretty repetitive. So, you know, I like the guitar tracks. I like all the guitar riffs on pretty much almost every song. The drums are awesome. Their drummer is pretty insane. Yeah, he really goes for it. I think even on like some of their songs that are technically like ballads or like slow mid-tempo songs, he still like goes for it. Like, he still is able to, you know, in other words, like, I feel like he doesn't really hold back that much. Or if he does, then, you know, I'd definitely like to hear him not holding back. So the bass tracks are also pretty cool. Though I did feel like on some songs they could have, or rather, you know, they should have brought the bass up a little more in the overall mix. But that's just my personal taste, I guess. the lead guitar player, I like all the guitar solos. I think definitely one thing for sure I've always liked about Five Finger Death Punch is the guitar solos. They always stand out. They always stand out the most. To me, they always stand out. It's I think that's originally why I first started listening to them to begin with. Because like I said, it took me a while to get used to the singer and his vocal style, and it was really the guitar solos that got me interested in them to begin with. It's, you know, yeah, the lead guitar player is pretty insane when it comes to those guitar solos. You know, and the singer, I guess, for the most part, I feel like the lyrics he writes, most of the songs they're like they're half poetic and then half repetitive. And I guess I'm kind of conflicted about that, like, because there's some lyrics for some of their songs that I definitely like, and I like the fact that some of them are pretty deep and profound, and yeah, poetic. Yes, but I guess it's just like, you know, I don't know. I think actually when I think about it, I feel like maybe the singer he also tends to hold back a little bit when it comes to writing lyrics. Because I know that for the most part, Five Finger Death Punch, they are technically one of those radio-friendly heavy metal bands. You know, they're not like other bands like Slayer or, I don't know, Anthrax or, you know. In other words, they get a lot more radio play, a lot more frequent radio play than a lot of other really awesome heavy metal bands. And I believe that's due to the fact because, you know, Five Finger Death Punch, you know, their music is, for the most part, palatable as, like, it's easy, straightforward heavy metal. So, and even though there are some parts that can get pretty intense and crazy, it's not like, you know, they cut it off at a certain point, they hold back and they change direction in most of their songs, and then just go right back into some kind of catchy hook, like really catchy chorus kind of thing. And so yeah, I guess that's what I mean by radio-friendly heavy metal. I mean, I don't know, you know, overall, it's a great album, or at least a decent album. As far as the rating goes, I gotta give it 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah. I don't know why. I guess that's just mostly because I feel like on this album, you know, overall, like, because I listened to it a good 3 times, I believe. So yeah, overall, it just, like, it made me feel like each member, made me feel like as a band they were holding back. So I don't know, as far as like on their other albums, they might actually be a little more crazy, like a little less radio friendly. But I mean, I don't know. I gotta go back and listen to their other albums too. So it's just, as far as this album is concerned, I give it 4 out of 5 stars because, yeah, I feel like they're holding back a little bit, you know. So, yeah. I mean, you know, they all seem like they're very proficient musicians. They've been doing it a while. So, yeah, that's why I feel like they were holding back. So, but again, yeah, that's just my personal opinion. So, as far as the mixing and mastering, I do like how everything's mixed and mastered in this. You know, with the exception of maybe a couple songs here and there, but otherwise, definitely decent album. So, yeah, that'll do it for my review of Got Your Six by Five Finger Death Punch. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And as always, till next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and Peace.